Yes, the Republican race in Iowa seems to be a little bit set, or at least it's hard to imagine how it's going to change over the next 5 days. You never know, though. Iowa and Iowa voters have surprised us before. Don't believe me. That's why we have NBC's Steve Kornacki, who knows these things. Steve, tell us how we are going to be surprised by Iowa, or at least how we were surprised in the past.
Well, we took a look back at the sort of modern history of Republican caucuses in Iowa and tried to come up with the three biggest caucus night surprises. And you could judge these and compare them to what might constitute a surprise on Monday and see whether any of these are relevant. But here they are, what we came up with. The first, you go back to 1988. Now, there's Bob Dole, Senator Bob Dole at the time. He was the winner of the 1988 Republican caucuses in Iowa. His famous message to Iowans, a fellow Midwesterner, he said, "I'm one of you." And in fact, the margin that Dole won in 1988 by is the largest in modern caucus history. So why was this a surprise? It's because the second place candidate in Iowa was supposed to be the sitting vice president of the United States, George Bush Sr. And instead, as the votes and the returns came in on caucus night, it was somebody else. It was... The drama is fading as I fail to get this.
It was.
I can't believe it.
Oh, come on.
Let's try this. Let's try this one more time here. It was.
Oh man.
Wait. There it was. It was the televangelist named Pat Robertson.
Oh, my God.
In the 1988 Iowa caucuses, Pat Robertson beat the sitting vice president, got second place. This was a shockingly high number for Robertson. No one had expected it. No one had predicted it. And what this represented was the Christian right had started sort of becoming a political force in the late 70s, growing in the 80s. Robertson believed he could corral it into a presidential campaign. He brought all sorts of voters who had never participated in the caucuses before. This marked the arrival of evangelical Christians as a force in the Iowa caucuses. And we talked about this earlier, a force that's only grown. 2/3 of the Iowa electorate in 2016 in the Republican caucuses was evangelical. This was the origin story, Pat Robertson in 1988. Another big surprise was 1980. Ronald Reagan, of course, it was the big year for Reagan. He became the president of the United States. Here's one that's a little, you could see a parallel to now, and you could decide if it applies. There was a final debate right before the caucuses in 1980 in Iowa. Ronald Reagan was the big frontrunner nationally. He was the frontrunner in Iowa, and he skipped the debate. And the subject of him skipping the debate came up during the debate, and all of the candidates bemoaned that Ronald Reagan was taking Iowa voters for granted. And lo and behold, in the caucuses, Reagan lost. And this was a major upset. George H.W. Bush, at the time, he was the former UN ambassador, if you want to see any other parallels to current politics. George H.W. Bush edged out Ronald Reagan. Bush said he had the big mo, meaning momentum, coming out of Iowa, went into New Hampshire, ended up losing to Reagan there, but it became a fight for a few months. Probably the only reason Bush ever became vice president was his upset win over Reagan in 1980 that made him the main alternative to Ronald Reagan. And then in 2012, there's Rick Santorum. Rick Santorum won the Iowa caucuses, although it's an interesting story because it took him a few weeks. It took the Republican Party of Iowa a few weeks to actually say that Santorum had won. The difference between Romney and Santorum was that small. But this was a major surprise because Santorum had been polling in single digits until about a week before caucus day. And he surged really in the final 5 or 6 days of the caucuses and just pulled out a surprise victory. Now, the interesting thing here is Romney, of course, had been favored to win Iowa. We had seen all year before the caucuses different candidates, Rick Perry for a while, Newt Gingrich. There was Herman Cain, who had sort of risen up briefly, taken the lead in polling, only to fall back. So we had seen before this there was an appetite among Republicans for a Romney alternative. And it just happened to be, it seemed, Rick Santorum's turn to try on that role right as the caucuses arrived. So he rose up, he won the caucuses, didn't do much in New Hampshire. Then Gingrich had a moment, and Santorum had another moment late in the primaries, but no one was ever really able to put it together and obviously knock off Romney. But there is a candidate who was in single digits 2 weeks, 1 week before caucus day, who did end up winning. That's probably the biggest late surprise we've seen in the caucuses.
Briefly, Steve, I'm not supposed to be doing this. I'm supposed to be going to commercial, but I have to ask. 2020, the Democrats totally screwed up the Iowa caucuses structurally, like they just didn't work. 2012, with those guys that you've got up there on that screen right now, I remember that. It was Romney's the winner. Right. No, Rick Santorum's the winner. No, Ron Paul's going to get all the delegates. It was such a mess. There might be a close race between Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis in Iowa. Do you have faith that Iowa Republicans know how to run their caucuses this year?
Well, that's an important point to make when you're talking about caucuses. Obviously, Iowa's the biggest one, but there are other states that do this. And keep in mind, these are run by state political parties.
Yeah.
They set the rules. They conduct them. They tabulate the results. These are not run by, secretaries of state and official state agencies. So, yes, they've made changes. The Iowa Republican Party has expressed confidence that they'll be able to tabulate these results, get an accurate, fair, and full countout. But you're as you say, you won't know until Monday night, and we'll see. And maybe, as in the case in 2012, it was about 10 days later, I think, that they came out and said, actually, Santorum's the winner.
Exactly.
Do we have to stay on air the whole time?
Oh, yeah. It's all right. They give us like these fancy diaper things. Much more of our special coverage, just like the astronaut. 5 days out from the Iowa caucuses. Did you guys not know this about us? How do you think we stay in the air all this time? Not magic. Science. We'll be right back.